So RFRF basically came out from the concept, like in 2016, there was a conference held by the name Research for Resurgence. So from that conference came the concept that this concept should be given an organizational form. So Research for Resurgence Foundation came into existence, and on 13th February 2016, Shri Aniruddhaji Deshpande made an official announcement for the formation of this foundation. So since then, now it is 7 years. Vasanta Panchami is our organization day. So this year we celebrated our 7th RFRF Foundation Day. So basically, RFRF has 4 major focuses. One is the researchers, resources. Now, why these 4 R's? Because the research part I already explained, that what are the lacunas that
Rashmita, you are not audible.
there is some glitch from your side. I can't move my slides.
Now you can move, I guess.
Yeah, just
I think it's back to slide one actually now.
back to slide 1.
Yeah.
Okay, wait, let me start again. I'm not sure what.
No, it's in 6. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Fine, ma'am.
fine. Okay. Is it visible now?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
yeah. So we will go step by step. So the main motive of RFRF, now we founded this organization. Now what to do with this organization, how RFRF will function. So the first thing was Sangathan, that is organization. So networking is the basic motive of RFRF. So till now, since 24 July 2017, RFRF has already signed 244 MOUs with various universities, institutes, as well as industries. So as you can see here, we have MOUs with 7 IITs, 2 IIMs, 3 IIM are in process. Within 2 months, maybe we'll sign an MOU with them also. 9 NITs, 22 central universities, 96 state universities, 56 private universities, 8 other institutes, 14 multivary institutes, and 30 industries. And this is done just within a time span of 6 years. And we proudly mention here that RFRF is the only foundation or the only organization in Bharat that has such huge research network. Again, the same glitch. My slide is not moving. Okay. So the research patrons of RFRF are Honorable Dr. Vijay Bhatkarji, Dr. Kasturi Ranganji, Professor Kamakoti, who is the current director of IIT Madras, Professor Karandikar, Professor Masaru. He is one of the finest professors who works in chemical engineering from Japan. Dr. Shekhar Mandeji, Dr. Gurumurthy sir, and Professor Yunus sir. We even have research guides who are very well experienced researchers. In between, like 2 or 3 years back, Bharat had called that the researchers who are working abroad should come back to Bharat. Sorry. So they should come back to Bharat, and most of them responded to the call of the Bharatiya government, and they came back. So that was the faculty recharge program, and from those 500 people, we have few FRPs who are connected with RFRF. So we have a huge pool of experienced researchers who have the research experience across the globe. We even work with the researchers from early stage to mid-level researchers. So they can even include, we give the hand-holding from the PhD standard. We basically don't work with undergrads, but yes, we do train them how to carry forward research in near future. This is again the Research Advisory Council of RFRF. I have already mentioned most of the name. The new name in this is Dr. Rajiv Kumar sir, who was the former vice chairman of Niti Aayog. Then across the various programs that RFRF organizes, these are the eminent personalities guiding RFRF. Honorable Nitinji Gadkari. Yeah. Even in 2022 on 14th August, Honorable Mohanji visited RFRF office and there was a trust board meeting held. He even guided very well like how RFRF could progress in near future. Yeah. So what is basically RFRF doing? It is bridging the gap between the universities and the IITs. As I mentioned on my very first slide, that there are state universities who don't have facilities or who have facilities who don't have researchers. Both the ways we try to bridge the gap. Like IITs, IIMs, NITs, they have the facilities, so they can provide a hand holding to the state university. But state university never approaches directly to IITs, or IIT will never directly approach to a state university. So we try to fill out that gap between the two institutes. Even industries are now getting involved into this. I'll come to the slide of industry later. RFRF has also jumped into the foreign collaborations right now. So already we had 2 meetings with the KVK University Ludhiana and VI University Denmark. And day after tomorrow, we are having a meeting with the university at Bristol, UK. So we are also in dialogue with foreign collaborations so that we can have exchange of researchers in both the countries and even the exchange of research facilities. Someone's mic is open. Can you just mute it? Yeah. So this was the update of the meeting. I won't go much into detail of that. Yeah. So the platforms and systems that RFRF is also working on, one is the Show the Setu. Show the Setu is the platform that we are trying to build so that we can connect the researchers across various institutions of Bharat. Like you might have heard of Cordis, is one of the websites, like it is a European website where you can find all medical and clinical professionals. So something like that. But this Show the Setu will be exclusive for the Bharatiya researchers. CSIR is already developing such kind of program, but that is confined only to CSIR. The Show the Setu would be available for all the researchers, including the PhD students, the PDFs, the scientists, the chief principal scientists, even the vice chancellor's director, whosoever it is, the information regarding his research, the facilities available in his lab, everything would be given on this Show the Setu platform. So RFRF is basically into developing this platform. The other is Gyan Setu. So this would be the educational platform, but for the youngsters or the ones who are trying to search for jobs, or if they have new ideas, new courses, both the ways, even for the ones who are giving the job and even for the ones who are seeking the job. Then Karya Setu, we will be doing it for fostering the self-employment incubation, but this is very on a naive stage. We are basically more onto Shodh Setu and Gyan Setu right now. Again, okay. Now, after Sangathan, we have Prashikshan, that is orientation. We even give trainings. So first is the Anudaksh master classes. We have that in collaboration with IIT Guwahati. Now we are also in dialogue with IIT Kharagpur for the new master classes. The program is in still design. So it is with the motive that youth have degrees, but what's, the skills or the are required for the jobs in private companies, or maybe for the advancement of their own skill, own knowledge. There are some courses that are required, which they don't learn into their degrees, but companies do ask them when they seek for a job. So these master classes are basically designed to fulfill that requirement of students. So we have targeted like almost 5 lakh students should be benefited with these master classes, and the fee is very nominal. Just with 599 or 699, you can complete the course with IIT Guwahati, and which adds value to the CV of those students. Then we even have the Bharatiya Knowledge Center, the KRC of RFRF. So we do run some PG diploma courses also in collaboration with other universities. So that is also one of the mandate of RFRF. Then TAPAS, which is a research methodology. First, it was a workshop, but now it has been transformed into course. So 35 workshops on research methodology were already carried out during the COVID period. But after that, we realized that this workshop, and there is even the heavy demand for tapas. We are already booked for like 2 years from now. For the coming 4 tapas, we are already booked. So the research methodology course, we basically go to the university. We teach the students how to do research. Now, how to do research does not mean that we are telling them how you should write the paper or how you should file a patent. No, how you should do the research means how you should formulate the planning for your research, how you should execute them, how you should use new softwares, how you should do LCA, how you should do cost benefit analysis, all the stuff that students and even faculties, most of the faculties are even not aware. We have seen like we are in dialogue with most of the universities. So people demand us. They tell that really we are not aware of all these new things coming into the market and which is the need of our to do the research in less time and good research in less time. So TAPAS program is basically designed for that. So we have decided that TAPAS will be, we will conduct like biannual 2 times a year. So last year we conducted only once in September. It was carried out in Saurashtra University, Rajkot. And to our surprise, there were 120 participants. We targeted only 50, but we had 120 participants sitting with us 10 in the morning till 6, 7 in the evening, and even the healthy talks between the lunch and dinner. So really, 1 week was completely given for the research methodology. And as you can see in the images, it was not just in the auditorium sitting and giving lectures, but we did the helicopter experiments outside. We used the software Minitab, how to formulate the research, and actually we told the participants to work out on a research proposal within that 1 week. So tapas in high demand. Yeah. We also have Consortium for Education and Communication, CEC. We design various courses, MOOCs and modules. So as I already mentioned, KRC is doing that. Few courses are into design, and very soon we will launch those also. For that, we are also in dialogue with the CEC of USA. People from the cultural consortia of United States of America had visited RFRF, and they are also very much interested to carry out such kind of courses with RFRF. So that will also be in the mandate within next 2-3 months. Yeah, so we also provide fellowship to the researchers and groom their research talent. So already 3 people have been sponsored for the PhD. You can see my name also in that. Yeah, and then we send our faculties for the various DST programs. So Dr. Mrunal ma'am, who has joined with us, she has already attended the DST training program, and soon she will be attending the few more. And we also provide internships to students. So I'll also come to that, the Young Researchers Conclave, which was held within last 2-3 months at Galgotia's University. So the winners of those conclave, all the UG, PG, PhD students, they are given the research fellowship from the part of RFRF. So we have different modes of giving hand-holding to students. Next is research. Now, what actual research RFRF is doing? So for research, we have the 3-prong approach. First is the research hand-holding. So whatever, we basically have the monthly calendar of RFRF that we circulate. If there are any calls from DST, DBT, ICMR or whatsoever, we circulate that. We tell the universities that if you are interested to do the projects with RFRF, please let us know. And then in collaboration, we submit those research proposals. Why we do so, I already mentioned the hand-holding basically, because if they don't have the facility, we try to collaborate with the other partner institutes. There are 244 people with us, so we can like always have a connect. So we try to do it as a multi-pari project, like 2-3 institutes involved, so that we have good source of resources also and good expertise also. Joint research projects are like that. Then mission mode projects, we have a very top-down approach. Like Nadi Ko Jano is one of the mission mode project that is currently going on. I will come to that also. So we give a topic. Yes, we are on this mission. We want to do this project, and all the scientists, faculties from all over Bharat join us and help us to take that project ahead. So that is one way. The joint research project is the other way, and research handholding is some state university request us that we don't have such kind of facilities. Can you provide us with that? Or vice versa. Even in IPR filing and all, we give a handholding. Please note, we don't charge anything for this. We don't charge anything for this. We just give handholding. Yeah. So these are the current research projects that RFRF is doing. The Hitayu and Sukhayu for the well-being and happiness. It is a AICT IKS project. It was sanctioned in 2022. Then the KRC of RFRF is also preparing a comprehensive directory of museums in India, also preparing the legal draft of manuscript authorities, lot of work. Then scientific projects we have with IIT Bombay, Guwahati, ICT Jalna, then NIT Tripura. In Solapur University, we have handholded for the patent thing. Then Guru Ghasidas Vishwavidyalaya in Bilaspur, Madhya Pradesh, CV Raman, again Madhya Pradesh. So you can see, even we have 2 international collaborations with IIT Roorkee and University of Pravus, and the other one is an Indo joint Korean project. So again, IIT Guwahati involved in that. We even have 3 heritage projects into the way, basically heritage related, temples related, that is again looked by the KRC of RFRF. So these projects are also into process. Soon we will start with those projects. Then, as I already mentioned, the IPR thing, the material development for the robust solvent efficient synthesis of GNIO nanocomposites. This was done by one of the student, PhD student of Solapur University. And it was a very basic work on supercapacitor that he had done into his PhD. And once Dada like Mukulji and Dr. Rajesh Biniwale, Director General of RFRF, visited Solapur University, and very randomly that guy came to these people and showed that this is my research, what can we do? And both Honorable Mukulji and DG sir accepted that, okay, we will give you a hand-holding on this. They called him to Nagpur, then gave various ideas how his research could be improvised, sent him to various IITs for further research, and then helped him in drafting the patent and all. Now his patent is already into the process of being granted. So one PhD research, and that has changed his life. Yeah. Then, as I already mentioned, the mission mode project, Nadi Ko Jano. So it was basically started 2 years back. 1,38,792 participants. Participants means not only students, the students, faculty, scientists, people like you, me, everybody registered in that. And the result of this campaign is that we have the live river data from that particular areas. So the numbers you can see is the number of participants from that prant. So what data we collected from here was basically the general information of the river. Then we even asked for the specific scientific information, like what is the length of the river, whether it is seasonal, the structural aspects, the religious aspects. Then is there any other local name for the river, or do you have any mentions of that river into the Vedas or any ancient manuscript? So such kind of information was collected. And even we asked if they have any ideas for the river rejuvenation. So we got that data. Now Ankit ji, I and Mrunal ma'am, we as a team are onto the process of evaluation of this Nadi Ko Jano data. And we are very proudly, we would like to share that on 14th March, probably if everything goes right. We would be declaring the results of Nadi Ko Jano, because 14th March is the International Day for River Rejuvenation. And on the same day, we would come up with the results of this competition, as well as what sort of data we have collected from the young researchers from Bharat. So yeah. Then Subhash Swaraj Sarkar research paper writing competition was held with the joint effort of BSM and RFRF. So there were 2,322 poster launch ceremonies in various HEIs of Bharat. Almost 11,000 researchers or young enthusiasts, you may say. I won't say researchers, because there was no age limit for that. Even a grad could apply for that, a postgrad, a PhD, and even it was open to the general public. So 11,000 people registered for that, and we received 4,082 quality papers in that. And out of that, the final conclave that we organized was for the winners from various prants of Bharat. So there were like 487 winners who attended the final program at the Galgotias University, and that was a grand success. So first we gave the prize of 1 lakh, then the second prize was given for 75,000 and so on. But it was not a cash prize. We gave that prize in the form of fellowship to those students. These are few glimpses. Honorable Rajnath ji had presided the ceremony. Smriti ji couldn't attend the program, so she had a video conference with us. We had the letter from Honorable Prime Minister ji, from even the Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh, Yogi Adityanath ji, who really appreciated the efforts of BSM and RFRF. These are the glimpses of the winners. Yeah. Another major project that we are trying to formulate is the women in HEIs of Bharat, their career aspirations, attainment, and challenges. Like we know, women is always focused, but women in HEIs are somewhat neglected. So we thought, let's have a research on them also. What are the career aspirations of the women working in HEIs of Bharat? What do they aspire? What they want to attain? And what challenges they basically face in their life, professionally, personally, whatsoever. We know what problems a women faces. So that was even into a mandate that yes, Stree Shakti Ka Samman was somewhere there. And this is also one of the lead projects that we are starting from March now. Then youth aspirations, again, what the youth of Bharat wants. So we are targeting here almost 1 lakh plus youth whom we are going to map. Ankit ji will be the lead of this youth aspiration project, and soon we are starting with this project also. So it's not that basically we work only on the STEM projects like science, technology, engineering, mathematics. No, we even work for humanities. We even work on the projects with law. Like, as I already mentioned, we are multidisciplinary. We just don't focus on a single subject, but we try to touch all the aspects, all the subjects that we should. Then publication. This is like last year when there was COVID. So the task force of RFRF in collaboration with ICAR Kolkata, IIT Gandhinagar, IIM Sambalpur, and other environmental aspects, they gave this COVID-19 action plan. So it was submitted to various ministries of Bharat, the health departments of Bharat, where actually this action plan would come for their benefit, or how the government could imply that. And the efforts were really appreciated. And nobody told RFRF to do this, but the task force of RFRF did it on its own, thinking it as the national responsibility, the social responsibility that we could give back to Bharat. So yeah. Then we even have our own journal, Tathya. It is a data journal, and it was launched last year during the Conference of Academic Leadership on 24th of April. So we can even visit our website and look into for the Tathya journal. Dr. Mrunal Yavalkar is the head who looks after this Tathya journal. If any queries, you may please contact her. Then RFRF has its own server also. I'll not go much into this. These are like very. Then awareness, Prabodhan, what we do for that. As I already mentioned, we do some of the events. The first event was the CAL, Conference of Academic Leadership. And from there, we started with so many big events each year done by RFRF and BSM. So we have academic leadership programs. We have Conference of Academic Leadership. Then now we started the resurgence conclaves. Like you might be aware that this was the Indian Science Congress. This year was held in Nagpur. So RFRF had a major role to play there. We had a whole one-day conclave into the Indian Science Congress named as Research for Resurgence Conclave. And here also the vice chancellors and directors from various universities attended our conclave. Even the ISCA Association appreciated the efforts of RFRF, because research everyone talks, but research for resurgence nobody talks. Nobody talks about the Bharatiya knowledge system and how we can bring that into the mainstream. Then Protsahan, impetus, how do we give that? I already mentioned the IPR handholding we give to the universities, to the PhD students, or even to the young faculties like assistant professors or the young scientists who have just joined the institutes. Then industry interaction and incubation center, we are already doing this with the Punjab University. We have the IC center associated. This year also, again in October, we will have an industry academia interaction. Punjab University is the host, and we will circulate as soon as we confirm with the dates. So basically, this is just all industries come together, the academic institutes come together, and they discuss the problems what academics is having, what industries is having, and what should be the way out. And even we work for how students or how researchers can give value to industries, and how industry can, encash the knowledge from these faculties. So this is like a another big program of RFRF, the industry incubation and interaction. We also give some services related to the environmental aspects. So that is a part of services. So we have already given it to Indira Gandhi National Tribal University, BAMU and SAGE universities. Then I already mentioned the academic leadership program. So this is another big event of RFRF, which we usually take within 2 months. So last year it started at Delhi in September. And from this year, we are doing it like almost every month. So in Mumbai, it was done in January, last month in Pune. And in March, we have in Northeast, NIT. So ALAP is the academic leadership program. And the resource persons, they try to exactly tell the academic leaders that how NEP should be implemented into their institutes. Like NEP is into the mandate, everybody knows what is NEP, but how could they implement them? And the clarity about NEP, that is all taken into this ALAP program. Yeah, then Tapovan, the Sudarshan Tapovan campus, as I said, that we want to create the global research platform. So RFRF is already on its way of setting a campus. So we already have the bought place for this campus. And we aim that more than 5,000 researchers at single time would be on this campus named as Sudarshan Tapovan. It will be one of its kind excellence central hub, which will be in Nagpur. So these are the few layouts that the architect has provided. Yeah. So this is all from my side, as much I could give. So I would be happy if you have any questions or if any collaborations we could do.
Okay. Could you stop the presentation, please? Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Rashmi. Now I request everybody to put some questions if you have any doubts. There are 3 people to answer the questions. We divided the today's session into 2 parts. The first 30 minutes for the presentation and the remaining 30 minutes for the question and answer. Ravi Kannanji, Kalyan Ramanji, Jayaramanji, anybody can ask any question. Thank you.
Dr. Niranjan sir has raised his hand, I guess.
Maybe if there's nobody else right now, can I speak?
Yes, please.
Yeah, sure, sir. Please.
This is Ravi Kannan.
Yes, sir.
The area, I mean, just to give you a quick background so that you know why I'm suggesting certain things, which are of I think national importance. Basically, I'm an engineer. I graduated from IIT Bombay and did my master's in University of British Columbia. A metallurgical engineer by training, and I worked, for 35 years in industry. Now, of course, I'm not involved with any, commercial kind of work. I am setting up a science center for the Murugappa Group. But my interests have also been because I spent a lot of time in the area of defense and aerospace. And this is one area where this country needs a lot of inputs and a coordinated set of inputs from many, many institutions. It could be the defense labs, it could be the educational institutions, it could be, and a lot of industries put together, because such massive things can only be done with large collaboration. So I would very much like to see whether this kind of topic can be taken up by RFRF.
Yeah, sure, sir. Thank you so much for the wonderful input. Now, let me put some light on this. We are already in dialogue with the Rashtriya Suraksha University, which is in Gujarat. Soon, we will also have an MOU with them. And during the Indian Science Congress, there was a special unit of DRDO who was giving the, what are the research and projects that are being done by DRDO. So we are already into a dialogue with them. So they have some mountain alage experiments and the research that they want to do on. So RFRF is interested in that also. As we had this Nadi Ko Jano mission mode project, so we are thinking to collaborate with DRDO on such kind of mountain alage project also. So if anything comes up, sir, I'll surely connect with you, and maybe you can give your valuable inputs to us, then how we can collaborate further with them on other research topics.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Am I audible?
Yes,
Good
sir.
evening.
Yes, sir.
Just a minute.
I'm Dr. Niranjan.
Yes, please go ahead.
I'm Dr. Niranjan. I'm a HOD, Head of the Department, Defense and Strategic Studies. I had done my master's from Madras University and subsequently finished my PhD in the same subject. I have one specific question to ask with regarding this RFRF programs. Is there any prospect for defense, that is internal security oriented research, or research on international relations and on the top areas pertaining to intelligence and other areas, not artificial intelligence per se, human intelligence and security related field I'm talking about?
Ji sir, I get your question. I think it will be very naive to answer on this question right now, because honestly, we have not formulated any such kind of research projects for now, right? But we are in dialogue with the CEO of Deputy CEO of BrahMos, DRDO, and maybe he could guide us how we can proceed further on this.
Madam,
but if you could help us, sorry.
Madam, just as a pointer, I don't want to take much of your time because others are raising their hands. My simple query is that, see, there are internal security issues whereas the BrahMos is a missile system. I'm not talking about scientific research. I'm talking about research in social areas, for example, coastal security. For example, changing demographic pattern in coastal areas, how it will impact the overall security scenario of each and every state. Come 20 years, come 30 years. What will be the effect of demographic change?
Yes, sir. I do understand your question. But initially, right now, we are not on such kind of projects.
There is somebody is
दो ऑप्शन है,
speaking.
एक सीधे जाने में.
Mr. VB, yes.
Yeah, sorry for that interruption. Yeah, so sir, I was just trying to say that basically right now we are not working on such kind of projects, but maybe in future, yes, we will. And if such thing comes up, I will definitely coordinate with you.
And can I have a suggestion on this regard?
Yes, definitely.
I don't want to take time. One suggestion is that, like IIT Madras has some departments like MA English Literature, other MA, Master of Arts in different subjects. Why don't you introduce something related to defense and strategic studies, which is as important? Since you are taken up the name of Rashtriya Raksha University, they do have a subject related to internal security studies. They do have subjects related to defense and strategic studies, international relations. Same can be done from IIT Madras.
Yes, sir. Sorry to say, but we are not into the course designing of the universities or what course they should implement. But yes, whatever research they can offer, we are definitely open for that. Because if we start on the courses, then it will be very difficult to concentrate on research.
No. No. I suggested it. I rather suggested
Yeah.
it.
Sure, sir. Sure. We'll think of that. I'll definitely communicate
Please.
this to the higher authorities.
Next is Balamurugan sir.
Thank you.
Balamurugan sir, please.
Yes, sir. Rashmiji, recently the UGC has relaxed the publication norms and it has asked the university to set their own norms. Do you have any plan for having a scientific journals?
Yes, sir. We are already in dialogue with Taylor and Francis for a Mega Bharat journal. We are working on that, but it is yet not onto the public domain, so I did not mention anything about that. So yes, definitely within a month or so, we will be onto that.
Right, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. One more question. Do
Yes.
you have any plan to save your data, this Nadiko Jana data, so that we
Yes.
can access, our own researchers can access and work on that?
Sure, sir. That data is available on a server. As soon as we publish the results of that competition, we will make that data available in the public domain.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Balaji Subramanian.
Good evening, sir. Good evening, ma'am. Ma'am, first of all, I thank you profusely for your wonderful presentation, ma'am. Even
Thank you, sir.
I was in the Indian Science Congress meeting which held in Nagpur. So
Wow.
for from 3rd to 7th, I was there and we did a presentation on the plant ecology. Ma'am, one thing I just want to, confirm from my end, like you said that for assistant professor and for the scientist level, there are, the people can apply for the fellowship. Like myself, I am doing a postdoctoral fellow in University of Madras.
Okay.
So is there any chance for the postdoctoral fellows to apply for this fellowship and for the project, ma'am? Because we are
Sure,
not the
sir.
permanent.
I'll provide the Dattaraj Dada with our official email IDs. He will circulate
Okay,
that
ma'am.
to you. Just send your CV and a statement of purpose to us, and maybe we'll discuss that with Honorable DG sir, and we will revert back to you.
Namaskar. Namaskaram ji. See, actually, I'm a physics professor and also a science communicator. Now, I have a request, and can we think of a project where, the research works of PC Ray or JC Bose and many other Indian scientists, we do not get to see anything, those research papers. Most of them we have to pay or it is difficult to download. So in that way, as a teacher, even if I want to teach what in modern science, I'm talking about modern science, what India has, especially by PC Ray, JC Bose, and there are a lot of other people who have worked even with Neil Bohr, we do not see anything in textbooks because it is all the narrative set by the Western authors and then we follow it. Now, because how can we do this, and can we have some archive of Indian journals that happened, some Indian scientists research works that happened in late 1800s and beginning of before.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am. I got your question. So let me mention, maybe I forgot to mention that RFRF has already digitalized 250,000 plus manuscripts and research papers of ancient Bharat. Maybe early 1900, I am not sure if that has been digitalized, but right from 1100 AD and even some manuscripts from BC have been digitalized, and we have an RFRF archive itself. You can visit our website. In that, you can visit the KRC section, and in KRC, you can find all those stuff. Yes, for the new modern scientific research, Bharatiya research after 1900, I can't assure you right now, but definitely we will try to put on something here forward. Thanks for the suggestion.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah.
Sita Vaidyam. Amma, please unmute yourself.
Ma'am, unmute, ma'am.
Yeah, good evening. Thank you for taking such a good mission. And I work in the area of early childhood through my foundation called Ananda Foundation. And we adopt a regional curriculum, not just Indianizing curriculum, but regionalizing curriculum and making it very suitable for the local students to understand, especially in early childhood. So instead of singing, the age old, like the Britishers brought Rain, Rain, Go Away in a country where we need rain. So schools across the country, and how can I be part of teacher training across the country? I'm already doing across the country. I go even to Nepal and to Dubai, but I would like to be part of this organization. That is number one. I'm also a remedial therapist working with children with learning difficulties. So I think that's an area that's been neglected by and large. And there are a lot of indigenous exercises and practices that can help these children, and which we have seen very effective in the students that I work with. So how can I carry this forward, and how to approach? I've left
First of
my
all,
email
I
ID in the
appreciate
chat.
you, ma'am, for the very kind efforts that you are doing. Really hats off to you, because it's really need a lot of courage to help such kind of children. So congratulations, first of all, for that. Second thing is that, ma'am, we have not or if it is not in the mandate of RFRF to work with children, but yes.
Excuse me, Rashmita, can I answer that?
Bilkul Dada, please.
Yes. Sita madam, please get in touch with us. There are 7 activity verticals in Bharati Shikshan Mandal. But the question you are asking is related to another vertical that is called Shalaya Prakalpa. Srimati Yamuna Harshavardhana looks after the vertical, and she will be able to guide you. I hope you are joining through Prashantji from Pondicherry, if I'm right.
Raghu from Auroville.
Yes. We will get in touch with you. We will get back to you. Thank you.
I've left my email ID. I didn't get the name of the organization you mentioned, sir. Can you write it on the chat box?
Yes. I will. The next question is
Thank you.
Shiva.
Thank you so much.
Hi, namaste everyone. Sir, there are 2 questions I have. One is, if an NGO is working for a long time, some path-breaking work, which is indigenous in nature, what kind of support RFRF can get to document, to do the research, what they're doing, and publish something? Is the first question. The second question is, if any student or any PhD aspirant or someone who is a faculty wants to put down their work through a form of PhD or do the research, what kind of support RFRF provides? These are the 2 questions.
Yeah, I'll answer first the second question. For any PhD or a MTech student, basically we ask the MTech student to send us their CV, give an SOP to us. We have a scrutiny committee. We take some oral interviews of the students. We see the level of motivation they have to do further research. And on the basis of that, we suggest them which institutes they should go for their PhD. We give an hand-holding to get admitted through ACSIR, where they represent RFRF as sponsored candidates. And if the student is extremely, has extreme potentials and is very motivated to research, so we even place them in IITs. 2 students are just now who are our interns also. We are in dialogue. One is in dialogue with the IIT Roorkee and IIT Madras even. So we provide that kind of hand-holding to the students. The first question regarding the NGO, the documentation, yes, we have Dr. Bhujang Bobre with us, who does all the documentation and the digitization of all the manuscriptures or journals or whatsoever. So maybe I can connect you with him and he can help you. Does that help?
Shiva, can you text me your mail ID and phone number so that I can get back to you? Thank you.
Sure, sir. Thank you.
Next, Mahati Sriramula.
Yes, Hari Om.
Yes, please.
Hari Om. I am Vishwanathan. I am not a researcher, not an academician, but I have one point to stress here. Resurgence, we are talking about resurgence. Resurgence, if it has to take place, there must be some and the broader changes. Especially we have inherited the Western model of constitution, but Sri Kavya Kanta Ganapati Muni has given a based on our dharma, how our constitution should be. He has given in sutra style he has given. So that can be taken up with law universities students, last students can take up that study of that research. They can do research. That's my humble suggestion. Last students,
sir.
last universities can take up that.
Thank you.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you.
Sure, sir. Thank you for the suggestion. We will
Our
definitely
constitution
think
should be
on that.
based on our dharma.
Yes. Next
Ji,
is
sir. Ji, sir.
Vinodji, please. Kelly.
Yeah, please.
Hari Om, Namaste. I'm a science teacher and also wanted to do in research in education. But the problem here is the normal academic university does not encourage research in the IKS, what we call as BKS or IKS, Indian Knowledge System. So how RFRF could give
Again,
hand
sir,
for it?
I would answer you the same thing. Just send us your CV, your statement of purpose or motivation, or what kind of research you want to do, and definitely we will help you out, and we will place you somewhere to do your PhD. I can assure you on this.
Fine, it's okay to upload in the website.
No, sir, we don't accept it on website. Datta Dada will send you our email IDs, official email IDs.
Fine. I just keep testing.
Raghu Prashantji.
Yeah. So I have a doubt, like for past 5 years, we have been working on a model for language for foundation literacy problem. We are addressing the issue of foundation literacy. We are addressing the root cause, and we are finding we found a very accelerated joyful method. Okay. So now we want how we can take this to the larger section of people. So how RFRF will help these kind of inventions or innovations at ground level to reach to the larger sections of people.
Okay, so we have Professor Mala Kapadia, who is professor in RFRF. She was already the director of some sort of like this project that you mentioned in Rishihood University. She is based in Coimbatore. I will connect you with her, and maybe she can guide you properly on what question you are asking. Because for me, this is completely different subject. Mala Kapadia ma'am will guide you on this.
Raghu Prashantji, Mala madam lives in Vaidyagramam, Coimbatore.
Okay, sure. Mala madam, Vaidyagram. Thank you, ji. Sure.
Next is Prasanna has come back. Okay, please, Prasanna ji, please go ahead.
Yeah, sorry about the glitch earlier. There was some issue in the internet. So I have one question. So there are some working professionals who are interested to pursue their research as part of their job. So, I mean, the part-time PhD. So at what extent RFRF can support that?
Okay.
Sir, the example is sitting in front of you. I am a working candidate doing PhD.
Okay. So Prasanna ji, we can discuss about it later.
Sure.
Question about RFRF. Everybody is asking about their projects and how RFRF can help their projects. I thought everybody will ask questions about how RFRF functions. If we have any question about RFRF's functionality, vision, execution model, etc., and how it is going to transform the education. If you have any questions about RFRF.
Yeah, I think that pretty much Suryavamshi explained.
Okay. Fine. Yeah, I hope there are no other questions. If you have,
I have just one small point.
Yes, please.
If I may.
Yes, please.
I can't remember the various short forms that were used, but there was something about grooming engineers or scientists to take up jobs in industry. I have developed several modules which I would like to share with RFRF, because these are things which I have done as part of training programs for many industries. And I'll be happy to share this with RFRF.
Sure, sir. Sure, definitely. Please, we would love to hear from you, sir.
Okay, and Siddharth is asking, how can a professional with graduate degree in the undergraduate degree get involved with all this? Okay. Siddharth, can you ask your question with more clarity? This is for people who are not doing their studies now. So any academic research question. Okay, Siddharth, you will talk about it later. We'll talk about it later for the call, for the phone call. Fine. If there is any.
Good evening, Dadaji, sir. I'm sorry.
Yes,
I apologize.
Vijay, please
for my late, sir.
Please go ahead.
Sir. As a latecomer, my apologies first, sir.
It's okay. Please go ahead, sir.
Okay, sir. See, I In fact, I am quite ignorant of RFRF as I joined very late, and I am trying to make sense out of the questions being asked by the participants. And if I am sent the PowerPoint, I can myself make some sense out of it. Thereby, I can.
Sure, sir. We will share the brochure of RFRF with you.
And also we are recording this video, recording this meeting, and I'll share the video with you.
Right, sir. Thank you.
Okay, okay. And Rashmiji, if you have anything to add, please go ahead.
Pretty much covered, Datta Dada. Nothing from my part. If Ankit ji wants to add something, he may please proceed.
Ankit ji and
No.
Ankit,
No, nothing.
one more person is there from RFRF. Madam is there.
Yes, Mrinal madam.
Mrinal madam.
Datta Dada, I would just request you that you share the official email IDs of all of us within the members of this meeting. And whatever query apart from this, even you can share our contact numbers. We will be happy to answer the queries.
Yes, of course. And already Ankit ji has shared the official email ID in the chat.
DG office.
Yeah,
Yes.
Am I audible?
Yes, you are, ma'am.
Yeah, I would like to add that we are also asking for papers. We are publishing papers, research papers for our Tathya. It is basically a data journal. So when a research is completed and if the data that is generated in the research that goes waste. So we don't want this data to be idle. So this data can be used by some other person working on the same topic, but for the advanced version. So research papers on data journal are invited. Thank you.
Okay. And Jaychandra Mohan sir has raised his hand. Please ask your question.
Yeah. Hello.
Yes. Please go ahead, sir.
Yeah. Good evening. I'm basically in 20 years. So here I want to tell one thing that is actually in Indian knowledge system there is vast things are there in the health system. But if you take nowadays, the health is gone beyond control of everybody. So yeah, is this RF is including this health aspects and Indian traditional systems which work for real health, true health.
Yeah, you are asking the question about Ayurveda. Sir. You are asking the question about Ayurveda.
Yeah, maybe
yes.
Ayurveda or naturopathy, whatever.
Ji sir. We are already onto some of the projects where we are trying to validate the Bharatiya knowledge, which is already mentioned into the Vedic scriptures. For the question that you have raised, we are working on a project that would be validating few medicines from Sushrut Samhita.
Okay.
So very soon I will update you on that because some part of that is confidential, so I cannot discuss that on the open platform. So
yeah, because we did a lot of research nowadays. Like we have that confidence to control any kind of disease right now the people are facing.
Yes, sir. We understand, sir.
Yeah, including cancer.
About RFRF, please. If you have any question about RFRF, please ask.
Okay.
The session is only focused on the introduction of RFRF.
Okay.
Yes. If there is any.
My point is clear. If it is this health point is there in that, yeah, it is
yes,
well.
Point is well taken.
Thank you, sir.
Just because I'm not sure when we will reconnect. On Ayurveda, I attended an exciting talk by Dr. Mukherjee of IIT Jodhpur. They're doing some fantastic work on genomics and Ayurveda. And a lot of exciting findings are there. You may want to touch base with them. Thank you.
Sir, thank you so much. I'll try to connect with him.
Okay. Is there any question? Okay. I think we shall conclude the meeting. Dr. Vishwa Prasad. Okay.
One last question, if it is allowed, sir.
Yes, please. Sir.
Yes, sir. Please, sure.
Yes, sir. See, when I attended a conference in Malaysia, some 2 or 3 years ago. And there was a guest speaker called Mr. Kannan, who has also written a lot of books regarding our Indian old palm leaf scripts at all, dumped in German library. He was in German for a long time also. When he was trying to establish through a PowerPoint presentation that Indian literature, ancient literature, especially Tamil and Sanskrit, is proving about a very important concepts, geographical concepts like the shape of the earth and how the earth was formed and how human species evolved and all. There were a lot of some minority religion participants of the seminar coming from India itself, gathered in Malaysia, stood up and shouted that it's all pop science. Why you are doing it in an English conference? Why didn't you do it in a geologist or a scientist conference? And all they raised. If such accusations are raised against our ancient knowledge, how are we to defend, sir?
That's what RFRF does, sir.
Yes.
We try to validate the claims that are mentioned into our ancient scriptures. We say, yes, it was there. We validate that with scientific proofs, and we show the world that it was existing. It is now also existing.